Welcome to our 7th episode in our BAMcast, Magnetic Messages Resonate. Resonance feels like a word you hear all the time, but could you define what it means? Merriam-Webster's dictionary has 7 official definitions of the word ranging from music to electrical systems to mechanical frequencies. To the layperson, though, the verb form of resonance, resonate, has taken on the modern slang of to vibe. Does this resonate with you? Does this vibe with you? The essential modern meaning of the word to continue to produce a loud, clear sound for a long time. To have a particular important meaning to someone in a personal or emotional way. Does this vibe with you? Yet we see the word resonate thrown around in the buzzword-loaded lexicon of the business world nowadays as a term used when marketing professionals can't think of anything better. When in doubt, throw up something that's not entirely accurate but sounds good enough that no one would want to spend time arguing with. Then we end up with jumbled messaging that we hope vibes, syncs, or connects with our audience. Readers, it's time to realign. It's time to ditch the pitch and start crafting messages that draw audiences in with magnetic aptitude. It's time to strike the right chord and let it resonate. Before we deconstruct what this all means, let me tell you what BAMcast is all about. BAMcast is a monthly podcast dedicated to aligning your brand, audience, and message. All resources, support, and topics will be around brand alignment to give you confidence and clarity of the right path for your brand's vision. I am Joel Kelly, co-founder of BAM Align, BAM Academy, and the BAM Fam. I strongly believe in the philosophy of give someone a fish and they'll eat for a day. Teach someone to fish and they'll eat for a lifetime. I spent 20 plus years transforming brands and educating business owners on how to excel and align their message in the marketplace. I want to teach you the lessons I've learned from my successes and failures and share the wisdom I've gained along the way. I didn't follow my passion. I followed the opportunity which led to my passion. If you want to build a legacy and live the life you've always dreamed of, but just need a little help and guidance to get you there, I'm here to help. This month's topic is Magnetic Messages Resonate. We'll be discussing 3 things during this podcast. That gut feeling. Why is resonance so important in your messaging? And 2, push versus pull, the difference between your magnetic message and a pitch. And 3, magnetic messages speak to the unconscious design. How to start crafting your magnetic message. That gut feeling. Resonate. To strike a chord, to hit on something of personal or emotional importance. How can we build this up to add the rich layers of resonance around our messaging? Resonating with someone means going deep and triggering their gut feeling. This means aligning the unconscious design with the neurocortex, limbic, and primal elements of the brain. Neurocortex is the logic and rational thought processing part. Limbic is the emotional response, and primal or reptilian is our survival instincts. The gut feeling that lingers with you deserves more stock than we've given it over the years. Recently, the hard sciences have revealed that our stomach and intestines react to emotions more than our heart or brain ever will. For a myriad of reasons, the gut has recently been named the second brain. While our modern hard sciences have lent evidence to this idea, the gut feeling is far from new. Looking back into literature, stretching back to the ancient Roman or Greek times, there is symbolism throughout. The head represents the rationality and logic. The heart shows our emotional connection. And the bowels are the deep core, the private element of being that which is tied to the unconscious design. Trust your gut, the feeling you get when you know something to be true, good or bad. is the gut manifesting the vibrations from your head and your heart. Chances are, the more intense the feeling, the more out of alignment you are, whatever you are reacting to. The next time you get the intense gut feeling, take a moment to reflect on what's really going on. After all, your body is trying to find resonance with the world around you. Push versus pull. When it resonates, the audience feels it at their core. It will be irresistible to them. A resonating message will give them a gut feeling. It will drive the response you want. The Muslim faith has 5 daily calls to prayer, the Salat. In religious centers, a network of loudspeakers comes alive to a call devoted to their prayer mats. By nature or by nurture, for many reasons, faith resonates with people at their core. Compare this when a brand pitches you a tagline in a commercial. They are pitching it out there to see what happens. Maybe someone bites the line and gets reeled in. Don't pitch, resonate. Don't push, pull. And even then, it's not so much pulling as guiding. You are reminding them to act upon what they feel at their core. This isn't easy to do. For starters, you need to be an authentic brand, which is a feat in and of itself. I challenge you to ditch the pitch. This is the difference between playing catch with someone versus hucking a ball at them unannounced. One is a game they're happy to play, the other is just rude. They will get defensive, angry, put up walls. Now, you'll have to throw higher, farther, harder to try to connect with them. Either way, no one wants to play your game. This is the result of an inauthentic brand with non-resonating messaging. How does the situation look from an authentic, resonating position? Imagine it is lunchtime in a busy office park. People in professional suits are milling about, eating lunches, getting fresh air. You show up in full football gear with a pigskin under your arm. You call out, "Hey!" to the crowd and everyone stops and looks at you. Half the crowd brushes you off and goes about their lunch hour. A few smiles, look at this person in this football uniform. But a few put their hands up, "Pass it here!" Another one or two start jogging out further. "I'm going long!" Another handful jokingly starts playing coverage. None of this was organized. It just happened. Something about your presence, the uniform, and the football resonated deep within this handful of people. You throw the ball, a perfect spiral, and someone catches it cleanly. Now you have a game going. This is what it is to trigger someone on a gut level. To reach deep inside of them and remind them of the good old days back when they were on the JV squad or playing touch football with their dads or their college roommates. Your presence may not have fit, but you were authentically yourself, and the right audience resonated. More than just giving out vibes, more than just manifesting what you want out of the universe, magnetic messaging is meant to attract specific audience in a very particular way. As we pointed out in the previous episode, this requires taking real, actionable steps to align with the audience who matters most. Magnetic messages speak to the unconscious design. Your audience aligns when your message speaks directly to the unconscious design. This goes beyond having proactive or engaging copy or content that is riddled with buzzwords and catchphrases. How is speaking to the unconscious design different? It leaves everyone with a sense of hope. One of the worst things marketers do is to build up their audience's hope only to have it dashed when expectations are unmet or broken brand promises. When they don't lose 10 pounds, find the love of their life, or learn how to make $1 million from home without lifting a finger. Paint the pain, resonate hope. We do this by framing the reality of your messaging. This is the very thing a lot of brands struggle with. Who are you for? Or who is your brand for? How many times have you heard of the business owners who answer the question, who is your ideal customer? With a cheeky answer, anyone with money. In a prior episode, I emphasized how important the who of your business is. You need to know who you are and who you ultimately serve because it's the foundation of the what and the how. In the Big Bang process, we end our brand strategy framework by discovering we help who find blank the what of their success by blank the how. While this is the start of the messaging process, it takes extensive research and soul searching to build the foundation of your resonating messaging. You might be able to fill in the above with a handful of words and phrases, but is it truly the foundation of something that will resonate with your audience? Are you using the right kind of language or writing style that will reach through the noise and connect with them? When we work with clients in the Big Bang process, it can take around 8 hours to discover the who, what, how of their business so we can then come up with actionable messaging. It's not that you are solving a problem, but that you are solving it in a very specific way for a very particular set of people. You are speaking directly to their unconscious design. Not only do you need to speak in their language, but you need to talk about what matters to them most. In the end, thanks to your messaging, there should be no question of who you are meant to work with. Once people have gone through the Big Bang process and have a foundation figured out, we work to refine the idea into a 30 and then a 15-second magnetic message before we ultimately land on the tagline, the tool which ultimately cuts through all the noise with a message that resonates. So I ask, does your brand messaging resonate with the audience who matters most? Take a few moments and fill out the foundational statement. We help blank, which is the who, find blank, which is the what of their success, by blank, which is the how. But answer honestly, how easy was it for you to fill it out? The reality is that this process isn't easy and takes a considerable amount of work to distill this reality. Don't worry though, we have the Big Bang process brand strategy framework that will help guide you through, and a few different options depending on your learning style. That concludes this month's Bamcast. If you would like to be a guest on our podcast, you can email clarity@BamaLine with the subject line, I would like to be a guest on Bamcast. I strongly recommend that you start by understanding your brand archetypal mix, and we have a free quiz for that. Link will be in the description. You can also join our BamFam community dedicated to aligning your brand. We have free alignment resources there as well. Link will also be in the description. Finally, if you find yourself in need of guidance with your brand alignment, we have our BAM Academy and frameworks to help you with that. I would start with the Big Bang process. This is our brand strategy framework I have led thousands of clients through, and we have a self-guided option as well. Thanks again for listening, and hope you can understand the importance of creating a brand message that resonates with your right audience.